These two right here are wanted. This is Casey White and Vicky White. They are not related at all. I'm going to tell you a little of the story of what happened here. On April 29th, 2022, Vicky White, the Assistant Director of Corrections, and inmate Casey Cole White, again not related, went missing. Vicky was transporting Casey to the courthouse. Vicky told a booking officer when she left, she would be transporting him, then heading to a doctor's appointment because she didn't feel well. There was no doctor's appointment. 8:47 a.m., the first transport van leaves with 7 inmates and 2 deputies. 8:56, transport van 2 leaves with 5 inmates, 2 deputies, which is the policy. At 9:20 a.m., Vicky instructs a corrections deputy to prepare Casey for transport. 9:41, Vicky leaves with Casey for a mental health eval and tells booking she's the only one available to take him, and she'd drop him off to the deputies at the courthouse and then go to her own doctor's appointment. Around 11:34, a Florence police officer spots her patrol car in a lot that's kind of near a car lot that's selling cars. At 3:30 p.m., a booking officer reports to detention administration that they cannot get a hold of Vicky and that Casey hasn't been returned to the holding center. After 3:30 sometime, they learned Casey was never at the courthouse or any mental health evaluation. By 5:30, 20 agents join in on the investigation. Vicky had been working as an assistant director of corrections at Northwest Alabama's Lauderdale County. So she's been there for almost 2 decades. I believe it was 15 or 17 years. And she handles all the transports from the detention center as far as she's in charge of the transportation. And she, again, was a go-to person. She had an unblemished record, really solid employee. She had submitted her retirement paperwork Thursday, April 28th, and sold her home about 5 weeks ago. She was at that point living with her mother. She was divorced, or her husband had passed away due to complications of Parkinson's years earlier. So now this man's crime spree began at his ex-girlfriend's home, and he entered with 2 handguns. She was able to get away, but he continued on and robbed and stole vehicles, and he ended up in a standoff with the police. It was crazy town. In 2019, he was convicted of 9 charges, including attempted murder of his ex-girlfriend and the kidnapping of her 2 roommates. He was sentenced to 75 years. In 2020, Casey was serving a 75-year sentence at the William Donaldson Correctional for the 2015 spree. He confessed at that point to murdering Connie Jane Ridgway in a botched robbery. Until he confessed to this, the case had gone cold. He was charged with capital murder during a first-degree burglary and murder for gain. He claims he was paid to murder her, by whom I'm not really sure. Investigations have now shown, since these two went missing together, that they had a special relationship. Vicky's patrol car was located, but there's no footage of them leaving at that point and getting into another car, but somehow they did find out what they were driving. Her mother said nothing unusual at all that day. Vicky called her to check on her dog because it had been sick. They believe that they are in a car that looks like this, which is like a copper-colored car. He is 6'9", weighs about 330 pounds, brown hair and hazel eyes, and should be considered armed and dangerous. Vicky is 5'5" and weighs about 145 pounds, blonde hair, brown eyes, and has a waddling gait. Anyone with information is urged to contact law enforcement. You can call 800-336-0102. Now, the main issue I'm seeing here is this guy is extremely violent. In court documents, it was noted that he said he wished he had killed his ex-girlfriend. And if he was released, that he would kill her. So he also, after trying to kill her, he did end up killing a dog and wounding somebody else. He went to carjack the truck. He couldn't get the truck, so he fired shots into another car that he was trying to carjack. He ended up in a standoff with police and is serving all this time and then confesses to a murder. How in the world this lady let him get in her mind to have this special relationship, I don't know. I know she is older than he is, and, I don't know. Love will make you do crazy things, I suppose. But the police say do not approach them, that they are dangerous. She was armed, and I'm sure by now he's armed. The only hint that they have is that a friend or a family member said she sometimes talked about wanting to move to Florida.